Today's workout is called chopping clams for the couple movements in the workout. 2 parts, an additional strength portion with deadlifts, and then the second part with a bunch of different movements, and I'll go over both. And we have our special little guest.
E. Hi, precious. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with the deadlifts.
So first we'll do 3 by 10 tempo deadlifts. You'll come up fast and then it's 5 seconds on the way down. We will initially talk about how to get set up for a deadlift and then how to do the tempo. So for the deadlift, feet slightly wider than hip width apart, toes pointed straight forward. Your hands will be at the distance that's just outside of your knees. And the barbell will be at your shin to start. You want your shins to be perpendicular to the floor, so almost straight up or exactly straight up. There's a slight bend in your knees, and then your hips are really sitting far back. Your back is super straight from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head, like a pillar. Your belly button is drawn into your spine, so your core is engaged and tight. Shoulders down and back, and starting at the mid-shin, keeping the bar as close as you can as you rise up to a full standing position, not locking out so much that your hips are pushing forward and not shrugging your shoulders up. Shoulders down and back, glutes engaged, and hips in neutral when you're all the way at the top. And then you're sending your hips back again as you lower the bar down, again keeping it as close to your legs as possible. And you're just doing this hinge motion over and over. So if you want to practice with a PVC or a broom or something to just really nail in that motion, do that first before you get to the barbell. If you can do it with a barbell, that would be my preferred method of doing it. You can do it with a dumbbell if you want, but there's just a little bit more like rigidity that can come with doing it with the barbell. So I'm going to demonstrate it with the PVC pipe. Okay, so now going over the tempo part. For the tempo, you can start at the top if you want, if it's a little bit easier for you, but then we're going to have to start at the bottom with a regular deadlift. So I prefer that you just go ahead and start at the bottom. Starting at the bottom, barbells at your shins. You come up for 1 second, just normal speed basically. There's no pause at the top, and then you're gonna lower down for 5 seconds, which is a really slow amount of time. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, back and up. And then 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. And up, and you do that 10 times. Now, it's really hard for you to count that by yourself, so at the end of the video, I'm gonna basically stand here and count for you so that you can just rewind it and listen to me as you do this and be able to stay on time. And then for the regular deadlifts, so we're doing that, we're really nailing that eccentric movement, we're building strength, we're building neuromuscular connections, we're building familiarity with the movement. And that tempo really helps to hammer all of those things and makes us slow down and do it correctly. And then we're gonna use kind of what our body just learned in the regular deadlift, so you're gonna put more weight on the bar because you can go heavier with the regular deadlifts than with the tempo deadlifts. And you're just gonna do it at a normal speed, which is really 1 second up and 1 second down. And so then you'll just do 10 regular reps, 3 sets of that. Again, heavier. And this should be heavy. At the end of each of the sets, you should feel like, whew, okay, I'm starting to burn, my legs are tired, but I don't want you to be so taxed that you just can't function, because we do still have a whole second part of the workout. But challenge yourself, especially with the regular deadlifts. Even if you want to go light with the tempo, go heavy with the regular deadlifts. You can move up with each round, so it's 3 by 10. So maybe on the first one, do just the bar, 55 or 45 or 35. And then maybe on the next one, add 2 5s. Maybe on the next one, add 2 10s. Or 55 feels really good. If you did 55 for the tempo, then you can definitely go up for the regular. Challenge yourself, like I said. So then for the workout, it's 3 rounds of heavy dumbbell thrusters. I want these to be heavy. I want them to be so heavy that after sometime within the 20 reps, you have to pause because you're I'm out of breath or my legs are so tired. So first, we'll go over a thruster movement. You can do this with the barbell as well. I love to do it with a barbell, but I understand the barbell is very heavy for this, for our level right now. No dogs. Hey, no. So you'll probably have to do it with dumbbells. So with the dumbbells, you want them to rest on your shoulder. Squat down as low as you can, and then use your momentum as you drive up to drive the dumbbell up overhead. So squat down, drive. Squat down, drive. Now this is called the stretch shortening reflex. So as you are squatting down, this eccentric part of the movement stretches your muscles like a rubber band. So the concentric part, where you're contracting, they get more power and you're able to lift more weight. So that's why you have to do it quickly. If you're slow through the whole movement, that stretch shortening reflex isn't working, and you're honestly working 10 times as hard. So you're supposed to be fast. So do 10, break for a second, standing at the top, dumbbells on your shoulders. Take 3 breaths, go again. I don't want you to have to break for a long time, you should break for just a few seconds. On these, breath-wise, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Inhale, exhale. Same thing on the deadlifts. We'll inhale on the way down, exhale up. Inhale on the way down, exhale up. Belly button to spine. Keep that core really tight and engaged. Side lunges, you'll take a dumbbell for the side lunges. Step laterally, as down as low as you can, and back up. Step to the other side, down as low as you can, just in case that wasn't in the frame. Step, and then you'll step. Good. For the chops, you can either do standing chops, which is going to be a lot more taxing on your core in a good way. And again, you want these to be fast, because the faster they are, the more kind of out of your control they are, the more your core has to work to control them. This is a core exercise. So you'll start this foot face this way and dumbbell up, and then you'll bring it down as your body rotates, and you'll end in this position. So you're gonna wanna practice this a few times before you put a weight in your hand. And real-time speed. Oh, I'm tired. That's what it looks like. And 10 on the other side. Just like that. The other option is to do a kneeling chop. So just get into a kneeling position, dumbbell in your hand, starts down by your hip, and then swings up. 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. It really is a swing. It's called a chop because it's supposed to simulate like chopping wood. And then you'll go into clams. So your legs are already super tired. This is just one more little thing to kind of really get those tiny hip muscles and glute medius while they're already tired, to give them just a little bit of extra targeting. Sometimes it can be hard for us to target them. So for these, I want you to work slowly. 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be a lot harder if you go a little slower than if you're just going fast. It's not gonna go that much. So 10 on one side, 10 on the other side for 20 total. For our warm-up, really focusing on that lower body today, so stretching the calves, quads, and hamstrings, and glute with a pigeon stretch, just for like 30 seconds each. You could do 20 seconds to kind of keep moving if you need to. And then activating with good morning, so come here, dogs. For a good morning, PVC on your back. You can use a big rubber band or whatever. Very similar to the deadlift, so it's a good practice for the deadlift. Shoulders down and back, glute engaged, core engaged. Hinge, sending your butt back as you hinge down and then standing back up. Hinge down, standing back up. So when you're all the way down here, you can feel a stretch in your hamstrings, and then you're contracting your glutes and your hamstrings to bring yourself back up. So it's a dynamic stretch. You're stretching and warming at the same time. Do about 10 of those. And then for the bear lift and donkey kick and hydrant combo, get down on all fours, come up to a bear lift, so knees just a few inches off the ground, do a donkey kick, and then out to a hydrant. 5 on one side, and then do 5 on the other side. Try, if you start to see yourself float back up, try to keep your knees low. And then dead bugs. Opposite arm and leg, about 20 reps of those. Now, so this, I'm gonna give you a second to set up, and then I'm gonna count down the 5-second tempo so that you have that timing without having to like try to look at a clock or something. So if you're rewinding the video, take this second, hit play, take this second to get yourself set up on the barbell. So here we are. Get your bows under the bar. It's right there at your shins. You feel like your butt is back, your shoulders are down and back, your head is tall, you're ready to go. You go up 1, and now we're gonna start. So up 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 2. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 3. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 4. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. 5. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. 6. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. 7. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. 8. 2 more. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. 9. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. 10. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Down. Woo! Good job. Now this is a long time under tension, so to do that 10 times, 5 seconds each, it's a really long time. So stay very focused on your form with every single move, not going too heavy on the weight so that you can do it the whole time. Do not let your back start to round. If you start to feel it in your back, then you need to stop and reset and really make sure that you're feeling it in your glutes and your hamstrings. Drop the weight a little bit if you have to. Like I said, it's a long time under tension, and that is the point. We're building muscular endurance. We're working really hard, and it's really good for you. Okay, so do your next round, rewind back to the beginning of my counting, and do it all over again, and have fun.